Room 442 is brought to you by North Star Bets. That's a win.
And it's official, or is it? Lionel Messi is joining Inter Miami. I'm Sarah Pararia alongside James Sharman. James, the headline that I had from last night, Inter Miami offer to Lionel Messi sweetened by Apple, Adidas, MLS, report says. So we went to bed last night hearing all about how basically the entire MLS, alongside Apple, alongside Adidas, will all be now combined together to help bring Leo Messi over to Inter Miami. Now, the reports that broke just about an hour ago are that Messi has now agreed to join Miami. No news on whether that loan is going to happen with Barcelona or not. And apparently, from what I'm seeing on social media, which who knows if it's true, is that apparently it's not happening anymore. He's going straight to Miami. I mean, the saga continues. Every hour I feel you just new. Have to be.
And by the time this goes to air, it could be something else.
Yeah,
right?
He's gone to al-hilal.
Yeah, precisely, right? But I mean, Guillaume Bilage, who's one of the men in football journalism and knows Messi personally, says he's going to Inter Miami. So that's good for me. Firstly, I'm so happy that he's not going to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Right. That's really important for his legacy, and I wouldn't have blamed him to follow the money like Ronaldo, like N'Golo Kante, like Karim Benzema. I wouldn't have blamed him, but it's so nice to see that not everyone has a price. Not that he's being paid poorly, right? This is transformative wealth, I think, no matter whether he goes to Saudi Arabia or goes to MLS. The whole Barca thing's interesting because we thought for a while there that loan back deal would make sense for Messi and for Barcelona. But if you're into Miami or MLS, you're thinking, no, we're throwing the kitchen sink at you. We want you right now. And for, Apple, they need subs for this new deal. They spent, 2.5 billion on this deal. There aren't that many subs right now, right? Disappointing subs so far. So that brings that up. And then Adidas, of course, arguably the biggest manufacturer of sports merchandise. Yeah, exactly. So it works on many levels. And I'm just really happy, right? There's no image being tarnished here, I don't think.
I mean, I can't say that I'm happy as a Barca fan, but I am happy that he isn't going to Saudi Arabia. Apparently his wife was saying she would rather go to Miami over Saudi Arabia. Shock, a female not wanting to live in Saudi Arabia. I mean, that's on its own there. But I think for me here, the concern I have regarding Messi is he said he still wants to play in the Copa America next year. He wanted to play high-level football. Let's be honest, that's not MLS. And right now, Inter Miami are last place in the Eastern last. So they're going to have to do a whole washing out of this club. Like everyone that's on
the manager went last week. Phil Neville was
Phil
fired.
Neville's gone. That's one way to start. All these players are going to go. Apparently now Sergio Busquets is leaning towards going to Inter Miami as well. I think if this is all true and Messi's going to go, I think this whole team is going to be completely revamped because you can't go to MLS, which we were talking off air, but this season just hasn't been as competitive as it used to. We have teams like Miami. I mean, we know what's happening in Toronto here, but New York, LA, they're not playing as well. And we also don't have any of those big stars from Europe really playing over here right now. Bale was here last year, but the David Villas, the Pirlos, the Beckhams, Lampards.
The older guys who are retiring?
Well, one of the reasons why you wanted to watch MLS, though.
Well, maybe the mainstream fan, but the hardcore fan, I think, really believes that these younger DPs they're signing now, lesser known players, can grow within the league. And that's a much better plan long term. But I'll say this. With Messi coming, that unlocks the door as well for more European players. Much like Beckham was back in 2007. That was the beginning of it all, right? More players coming up. So you'll see more aging players, I think, probably making the move because of Messi coming to MLS. But you're right, it's not elite level league just yet compared to Europe, obviously. But does Messi need that?
Well,
we know what he is. He knows how to keep his form up, you would think.
Well, do we? Because he plays, alongside Messi, Neymar and Mbappe as of late. Barcelona beforehand, his Argentinian squad. He's not playing in MLS. Like, this is going to be like Messi going to the streets of Brazil playing with 10-year-old kids. That is what
I wouldn't go that far. It's not that bad a league. It's come a long way, let's be honest.
In from LA, it is that bad.
I listen, there's some poorer teams this year for sure, but I think overall the quality is decent. We've seen the US men's team, it's a very good team, built on that MLS foundation. But I think Messi knows who he is and how to keep that form up. And there's talk about an Argentine training facility being built in South Florida, which helps that. So maybe he'll be refreshed.
Yeah.
You know, listen, in France, it hasn't worked out for him. He got booed in his last game, which is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
He needs a fresh start. And at his age, maybe they can load manage a little bit, although I'm sure MLS will demand a certain number of minutes. You know, you don't want to see the old Beckham scenario, right, when he come to Toronto and wouldn't play. You don't want to see that. But I think he's got plenty in the tank still, and he'll be fine for Copa and the World Cup in 3 years.
I'm hoping. I think for him himself, I just want him to be able to play with high level players as well, in order to just keep that pace going for the Copa and then hopefully the World Cup. But you mentioned Argentina building their training ground in Miami. We obviously know Miami as a destination is obviously luxurious. It's warm. It's nice. It has a massive Latin culture there. Messi doesn't speak English. That's going to be easy for him and his family to adapt to. But I'm just looking behind the scenes a bit here. Messi going to Inter Miami. The Copa America next year is in the United States. The World Cup in a couple years is in the United States. There's a lot of, I feel like, chess pieces moving that are behind the scenes that have nothing to do with necessarily Messi, Inter, Barca. These are the big guys up top that are really trying to make the U.S. a destination right now because of what's happening in the foreseeable future with the two major tournaments.
FIFA want this to succeed, right? They want football in North America to succeed. At the same time, you know, this potential Saudi Arabia bid for 2030 World Cup is massive as well, which is why they're doing all this sport washing right now for that bid. So yeah, but I'm with you. I think the World Cup is a big part of this to play. There's a lot of people that want this to happen, Messi to play in North America and watch brand Messi take over, right? Because, you know, when Beckham arrived in 2007, brand Beckham was in full speed. It was bigger than the player himself, right? With Messi, I'd argue that brand Beckham is bigger than brand Messi right now. Just because Messi does always talking on the pitch with his feet, right? That's where his brand comes from. He's the greatest of all time. He doesn't do too much work himself outside the game. Now his people will descend upon him, and he's got all these markets in North America. You're going to see Messi absolutely everywhere. He's going to be the biggest name in world sport, if he's not already, in North America.
He already
He'll be the biggest name in North America, right? And
I think Messi's probably... Messi,
I think LeBron probably is right now, don't you? In North America?
No way. I think Cristiano Ronaldo is bigger than LeBron James.
In North America?
Yes, I absolutely
That's a good debate
so.
to have. I always think it's LeBron because soccer is still trying to find its feet in North America.
It's one of those things that where you go up to someone and you show them a picture, they know who he is. Like, I think people people know who LeBron is here as well, but I still think people would know who Messi or Ronaldo is, to be honest.
I think you might be surprised. You know,
well, we'll have to take a field trip.
Football is still trying to find its feet in North America for some stupid reason.
I think you forget how many Latinos live in the United States.
Yeah, of course, that football culture. But there's also hundreds and more, tens of millions of people that really don't give a damn about soccer.
Yeah.
In the States.
So is the U.S. going to be a soccer nation if Messi comes? Well, not Canada, the U.S.
I think MLS has broken into the Big Four now as far as attendance in North America, which is huge. Right? Yeah. Huge. So listen, this story's not going away. It's a fun one, but I love that we'll do that debate sometime, maybe on a homestand show.
Yeah, no,
we'll get you on because who is the biggest brand in North American sports?
Yeah. I'm sure there's stats about it somewhere too that we could actually try and like
do some research.
Yeah, do some. No, not us.
Yeah,
I mean, listen. Overall, though, this is good for MLS, obviously, because like I remember back in the day when Thierry Henry played at the Red Bull or Pirlo and David Villa. I was going to the TFC games with my Barcelona Henry or my Barcelona.
You're one of those, were you?
I'm not going to see TFC, James. I'm going to go see those guys that I couldn't see in Europe or have only seen them once. But that's the thing. You think about Messi going to any of these stadiums in Canada and the US. They're going to see him. They're not going to see anyone else. But listen, ratings and money-wise, it is strategic.
Well, this Adidas deal, apparently it's a rev share deal with Adidas. I mean, just think of the money coming in with Messi shirts being sold.
Yeah,
and he's taking a little bit of that.
Oh, I'll buy an Inter Miami right now. I'll tell you, I will buy an Inter Miami.
You are like now going to embrace MLS and Inter Miami.
I will not. I will only embrace Inter Miami because I heard Sergio Busquets might be coming too. All right, let's go to your headline though, because the Messi, as you said, it will continue over the next several weeks, I'm sure. Sheikh's United ultimatum back to Saudi Arabia. It never ends.
Yeah, Qatari, right? In this case,
Qatari,
Sheikh Jassim.
Yeah.
Right. He's put a final bid in for Manchester United. We should find out by the end of the week. There's 2 bids essentially now. Him and Sir Jim Ratcliffe, a British billionaire. The Ratcliffe deal will potentially keep the Glazers involved in some capacity. Not a controlling interest, which will really upset United fans. Whereas Sheikh Jassim is 100% full control. Man, I don't know, man. Is it better the devil you know? It's just sport washing from the Middle East. It continues. They're going to buy arguably the biggest sporting brand in world sports, which is probably Manchester United.
I
or
think
very
it is.
close
I
to
actually
it.
think it is, yeah.
How long before they start attacking North American sports? How long before a Saudi trillionaire or an oil state buys an
it's
NFL
be
team?
Inter Miami too, isn't it?
It could well be.
You know
It's
what?
just
though?
amazing this time we're out. Live
Yeah.
now, essentially investing in PGA golf and.
I mean F1 with their
F1,
Bahrain. And listen, I think the thing is, it's kind of like our whole chat is full circle here, because I think we are so excited to hear Messi, allegedly as of right now, isn't signing with al-hilal, and we're like, thank goodness. Like, it's so great to see him turn away money and also not go to a corrupt country. Let's be honest. But now we're right back because we have another nation here, another sheikh trying to buy Manchester United, and it's just like it's gonna be ongoing. It seems like for a while. You mentioned earlier N'Golo Kante. Gone.
N'Golo Kante, right? Who drives a Mini, right? He was real person. I thought,
a real person.
Listen, N'Golo Kante, good for you, man. 100 million, wherever he's getting for that, good for you. Take the money. And let's be honest, very few people would turn that down.
Yeah, so he's going to be there with Karim Benzema, Al-Ittihad, and allegedly David De Gea is being offered, a certain amount of money as well by them. Going like, this might be a new stacked, weird, bizarre. And then
will you watch it still? At what point do you start watching Saudi Arabian football? Like, at what point?
It was only for Messi. That would be the only person, because I know his career is going to be done. But it would still be like, let me find a stream somewhere. We can't even watch it here. It's so difficult.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
but I wouldn't watch it for anyone else. It's just interesting because now they're kind of stacking this one team in Saudi Arabia. Meanwhile, Ronaldo said he's going to stay at Al Nassr.
They're going to bring more players in, though, right? They are. Now that PIF now owns those 4 big clubs.
Yeah.
That was announced as well this week. They're going to just start picking whoever they want and building these teams.
The rumors are there's so many players that are linked to Saudi Arabia though right now, so I have no clue. And
the funds never stop until oil runs out, which will eventually.
Yeah,
but not for a while.
Not for a while. Yeah, listen, it's a busy off season we have here. There's so much going on every day. Who knows who's going to be where? Oh, Jude Bellingham confirmed really quickly to Real Madrid for just 115 mil. Easy,
115 million. He's worth it though.
Unlike Liverpool, smart business people over there, Alexis McAllister joins Liverpool for just a nice 35 million. What a great deal for you and your team there, James.
Superb business, right? 35 million? I mean, this team hasn't got the money like a City or a Chelsea or a United to spend. But they've got to be smart and they have a lot of money to spend, don't get me wrong. So to get him for 35 million, they still probably have another 100 million to spend in the transfer market. So that's very exciting. Should mention very quickly, United again. This whole, Sheikh Jassim, just a Jim Ratcliffe, it's dragging on. They need to spend money in the market as well.
Yeah.
And they really can't until this is sewn up. So a lot of United fans out there are very watching this with bated breath. Just get it done, whoever it's going to be, and then get involved in the transfer market.
Yeah. Well, just to remind everyone, the summer transfer market, closes, I'm pretty sure, September 1st. So we have a solid 3 months nearly of just craziness.
Rumors.
On top of, the league starting at the beginning of August. And we still have the Champions League final this Saturday, which we have a lot more stuff coming up for. So keep up with Room 442 because we're deep diving into Inter Milan and Manchester City.
Room 442 is brought to you by North Star Bets. That's a win.